Hello everyone, and this is Ben with Irritable Gardens. Today is the 16th of January 2021. My purpose of producing this video today is to answer one of the questions people have been asking. People have been wondering if it's possible to accomplish or to achieve that when you are rooting fig cuttings. You can also apply to other kind of cuttings that is not fig. I love to experiment because experience is the best teacher. Oh yes, I love that quote. Experience is the best teacher. No matter what you see on YouTube, you watch on video, on TV, no matter what they teach you, until you carry it out, before you will know if it is true or not, until you carry out an experiment, then you get to know it for yourself. Today, there's a question that people have been asking, people have been wondering if it's possible. They're talking about rooting a single node cutting. What is a node? If you look at this cutting right here, you will see a node. This is a node. This is a node. Now, every segment here is a node. That's a node. That is a node where a new growth will grow. If you look at this right here, you see that's where the new growth on this cutting will be coming out from, above the old spot where the leaf fell off from. Above it, this is a node. And people do ask, can you root a cutting that have just one node? Is it possible? Now I will tell you that it is possible, but also it depends on the variety of the fig. Now let me show you this right here. This right here is a single node cutting. Look at it. It has only one node. It's a single node. Single node. But look at the roots growing from the body of the cutting, not from the node. In fact, from this node, these are new because of the water came up to that node. But look at the roots. In fact, I broke off two very long roots, I think 2 or 3 days ago, and I left it to grow more before I produced this video. This is a single node. But do you know why it is possible with this variety? Now this fig variety is called Sweet Jerusalem. If you look at this cutting, you will see the brown color or the brown spots all over this cutting. That is how you know the cutting that will produce roots from the body and not from the node. Look at that. You see? So, with this variety, you can root a single node cutting. Look at that. Single node. And look at roots all over the body. But let me show you. Let me put it down. I don't want to break more roots. Now, this cutting here, look at. There is no root. This is Red Israel. This one is Sweet Jerusalem. They are both from Israel. But yet, this is taking a long time. Even with a node, look at the node. Still, it's not producing roots. And look at this one from one node. Just a cutting that have a single node. Look at all the roots. Look at that. Look at the roots. And yet this one that has so many, you see, this is trying, that's a new growth right there. But yet no root. Look at it. The top here, a new growth here, but no root. Even though these have some brown spots, but it's like this variety is different from Sweet Jerusalem. So I'm here to let you know that it is possible to root a single node cutting, but it depends on the variety. Now, the reason why people don't encourage single node cutting is because they stored energy in the root, in the cutting. Look at this now. This is 6 inches this way, and this is about 4 or 5 inches. All in all, this cutting has about 9 inches stored of energy in it. But look at this one. So this is the reason people don't encourage single node cutting, so that you have opportunities of having many growth, so that you can have opportunity of having new branches growing. See, like this is 1, here is 2, and there can be others to grow from these nodes. So you have opportunity of rooting a longer cutting successfully than a single node cutting. So because of that, people don't encourage single node cutting. They want you to root a cutting that have 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes, because it has more stored energy. But look at the difference here. Even look at the growth there, and look at the growth here, and yet no root. No root, even with the node in the water, no. But look at this, only 1 node, and it's producing root better than in a cutting that have about let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 or 9 nodes on this cutting. But yet look at a single node and has so much roots. So I want you to know that it's possible for you to root a single node cutting. This is not my first time of rooting single node, nor my second, nor my third. I've rooted single node cuttings, but you have to know the variety that we do well with single node. So I want you to know that it is possible to root a single node. Now let me show you what I want to do. Now I want to pot it. You see, it's called Sweet Jerusalem, and this one is Red Israel. So now I have some soil already. I have potting soil with peat moss to help the roots, and I have perlite to help the drainage, so that the soil will not be muddy, or so that the soil will not be solid, you know. But with the perlite, it will help it to drain. You see, you can see the hole that I have on this cup. Alright, so Sweet Jerusalem. Okay, now let me root this now. Okay, now I have some soil here, so I'm going to put it in the cup. Be careful, but just being careful not to mess up the roots in there. You see that? Single node. Single node. So you can see single node. Sweet Jerusalem. And then now the next thing I'm going to do, now this soil is moist already. I added some water to make it moist, but I'm going to give it my fertilizer spray light.